Hi everyone, welcome to Old Lady Reacts. I'm the Old Lady and this is my reaction channel where I react to action superhero movies that I am viewing for the first time in order to understand the inside jokes and references in my ultimate viewing of WandaVision. I've been watching all the MCU movies in the order in which they were released. I've started on phase 3, so check out my other videos that are on my channel. But I'm watching movies outside the MCU as well. So today I'm going to continue on the Batman storyline with Batman Forever. I don't know if I can claim that I haven't seen this movie or not. It's much like the first Batman in that, like, I might have, but it was, if I did, it was so many years ago. I remember almost nothing about it. I do know that it's Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones, both of whom I enjoy very much on screen. Lonesome Dove is in my all-time top 10. I don't know that Truman Show is in my top 10, but it's definitely up there as a favorite. So favorite actors in this one, and Nicole Kidman and Val Kilmer are both pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of Chris O'Donnell, but we'll see. I see that this one is directed by Joel Schumacher and not Tim Burton, so I'm expecting that this one will have a very different feel than the previous two. He directed one of my favorite wacky 80s movies, The Lost Boys, but I wouldn't say that I'm a big fan of anything else that he's done. So yeah, Batman Forever does not have high ratings. Like, it didn't even make the top superhero list that I've been using. So, but that's okay. It's a chapter that I'm fine with experiencing because I know better ones are on the horizon and, maybe it'll surprise me. And sometimes bad movies are super fun to watch. So let's just get started. So Tim Burton is a producer, so maybe we'll get some of his influence on that.
Insightful. Naive, but insightful.
I'm flattered.
Thanks for insulting my work. Okay.
Well, let's just say I could write a hell of a paper on a grown man who dresses like a flying rodent.
Where did that come from? Like, yeah, I'm guessing he's not on that elevator. That'd be too easy.
It's a trap!
I could have seen that one coming. Oh. They're really concerned about acid in these movies. Oh, this dialogue is really bad, though. Hold on. Yes! Like, really? Is that a 60s thing? The whole, like, acid? Oh my god, acid, no. So he has a little tantrum instead of, like, getting some other weapon to fight him? Sort of a random big explosion, okay. So you just shoot the helicopter driver? Like, he's not the smartest villain. That's such a specific time frame, those the steering wheel locks. So is this all CGI? Like, it looks, I want to say cartoony. I know people have a problem when I talk about literal cartoons being made into movies and then them looking cartoony, but Jim Carrey's so funny. He's just so intense all the time. Oh, again with the hands on the shoulders thing, like, ugh.
Edward Enigma, you hired me personally, just like I did.
Enigma?
I just need a bit of additional funding for human trials. Let me show you, please.
Not sure it's time for human trials yet. That's very Sweeney Todd's tonsorial parlor, this barber chair.
Well, I wish I could say that my interest in you was purely professional.
Who is she? Did she have a personality other than I'm gonna hit on you super hard? It's kind of weird.
Women.
That's some genius dialogue right there. Oh man.
What the hell just happened?
Okay.
Toad!
It looks like a blender on top of it. So I think what Jim Carrey needs is someone to rein him in and let his crazy out. What, like, it needs to be just meted out, like, I don't know. I feel like we could have had a lot more contrast. Like, he's not really the supervillain person yet, but he could be. The contrast would be a lot greater if he was a little bit more normal, and then see him gradually, or either gradually or all of a sudden, grow into the crazy Riddler that we know is coming. Like, why is he so nutso? What's his origin story? And how did he get a job? Being that much of a nutso, how did he get a job at such a big company?
Just can't believe it.
Yeah, they're tipping their hat way too early on him. They should have saved him a little bit more.
It's a riddle. Numbers on my face. 13.
Clock.
Can I help you, Mr. Wayne?
At least she ties her hair back when she works out. Unlike
Yeah. Someone's been sending me love letters.
oh, what's her name?
One of my
Black Widow.
office and-
Tear one off and scratch my head. Once was red is black instead.
That's a good one. I told him it would have taken me a while.
This letter up. He's obsessed with you. His only escape may be to purge the fixation.
So she gets all that from two little craft projects?
People see what they want. I think the question would be, do you ever think for bad?
No, that one looks pretty much like a bat.
I've really got to get you out of those clothes
Excuse me?
and into a black dress.
That's a weird way to say it.
Do you like this?
So why did they look like S&M guys? Like, so why is this being broadcast live that Riddler can watch it? I'm confused. I feel like there's no setup in this movie at all. Like, there's no establishment of, like, origin story or... I mean, they've got 2 hours, for God's sake, like 15 minutes of it to establish some relationships and characters and all of that. I think we've established that the Riddler is watching. They don't know why they keep cutting back to it. I was nice they're right by the water. Then I was concerned about where he was going to throw that thing. It's down on the street or something. Okay, so like check their vital signs and like see if they're okay. Get some medical assistance. I think they're trying too hard to recreate the visual images from the comics and not working hard enough to like establish story. Holy high waist on those pants. What? Huh? That looks very odd.
I figured telling that cop I'd stay here for a while saved me a truckload of social service interviews and charity, so no offense, but no thanks.
Social services? Is he supposed to be under 18? He looks like he's about 25.
Take care of the kid.
Certainly, sir.
Sorry, but he doesn't look like a kid.
Can I help?
But your father was right. You are a hero. I
I
can
say he might not have been able to save his family, but he saved a lot of other people. Okay, I feel like Chris O'Donnell's like got the best character in this. At least there's some development here and some emotional expression. Whoops. It's the strangest like tantrums in this movie. So my question is like, when did Dick Tracy come out? Because that is a movie that does so well this kind of cartoony feel, but still has an emotional core to it, and is still so focused so much more on story and character. But you get these like really cartoony visuals and everything, and somehow that works so well in Dick Tracy, and just like kind of falls flat here. I think this, again, I gotta say again, the setup is lacking at best. I mean, how many times do you need to see the Two-Face go, "Arg, no!" Drew Barrymore. Oh my.
A sterno and grain alcohol. Straight up, baby.
Sterno and grain alcohol, straight up. Don't drink that.
You have violated the sanctity of our lair. For this,
This is like the least interesting filming of the two of them. Like, just basically aim the camera at them standing next to each other. Like, okay, why did he feel the need to do that?
What do you got back there?
None of your business, dude. You're a guest.
Critics have claimed the box turns
So it is strangely prescient then, because so basically what's that video game that you put on your TV, the little thing, and it senses your movements?
Master Dick?
So is he calling him by his first name or is he calling him by his last name? He seems to go back and forth. So didn't he just like let Vicky Vale in to see the lair, but he won't show him? A big thing that says schizophrenic diagnosis form. I don't think that thing exists.
I want to be close, but you won't let me near.
Have they even gone out on an actual date? Other than like sitting at the circus for an hour before all hell broke loose? Like, have they had dinner? Have they gone to a movie? Okay, that was funny. I feel like that's like a suburbanized vision of what it's like to live in the city, which it's really not like that at all.
Doesn't Batman ever kiss the girl?
Really? That's a good point, but why in that moment was the emotional outburst? Like, where did that stem from? Did neon and blacklight just get invented right before this movie was made? That they had to put everything neon all over the place?
Ooh, cute. How come you don't look so good in that suit?
Shut up.
Rude.
How's my mole?
Fine.
Oh, he's trying to be... That's funny, actually. So it's virtual reality, essentially.
Yes, sir.
And he just leaves Chase there. Thanks. They have very bad aim.
My place. Midnight.
It's like a child's fantasy of how women act. Like, really? That was done better in Princess Bride, I think. So why is she sleeping when she told him to come over? It's so cliche. Oh, God.
Would you like to see what our old friend Bruce Wayne has in his head?
They really like their green fluid. You know, that's like a running theme through not just like the Batman movies, but like all of the superhero movies is the green fluids. So there isn't an overall just like power switch that he could just, you know, turn off for the whole bat layer. Like he has to have remotes and go like, okay.
I need a friend right now, all right? I need a partner.
Those massive shoulder pads are hilarious. Well, so maybe don't have vases of roses around your house if that triggers you so badly.
I want to tell you something. Something I've never told anyone.
So we're just pretending that the first and second movie just didn't happen.
I fell forever. Cave was monstrous.
So there was a big open cave on their land and they had no idea? And that there was a big hole that someone could fall into?
Never happened to anyone else again. I would have my revenge.
That's like the worst puppet rat thing I've ever seen. I couldn't come up with something better than that. Rather unprofessional for let me kiss it, make it better while you're talking about your repressed memories. Wait, what? They run around and they just jump over and nobody like so that was like what? He had to sit there until he flipped a coin and could shoot the gun? I was confused. I'm confused about that too. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Mr. Enigma. Edward Nigma. Stickley's suicide was obviously a computer-generated forgery.
You really are quite bright, despite what people say.
Does the Riddler care who he was before you became the Riddler? I mean, would it matter if anybody found him? What the heck was that? That looked like a butt. I have to rewind that and see. So yeah, I feel like this movie's really got to get off the whole like cinematic soundtrack of like orchestral music. It's like, let's It's time for like rock music or some, you know, like I'm really missing more contemporary music. So clearly he cannot turn his head in that that mask. It's the problem I've always had with Batman. I'm like, you need to be able to turn your head in order to fight. Like, you can't fight like that. It's so weird. So they're playing Battleship. Do kids even know what Battleship is anymore? So why would those scuba divers be struggling so much to breathe if they're scuba divers?
Holy rusted metal, Batman! Huh? The ground, it's all metal! It's full of holes, you know? Holy!
Oh.
Oh, jeez. Oh, dear.
Riddle me this.
That is a good outfit, though. That's a good shot.
Afraid.
Was that over the top? I can never tell.
Still at all.
Chase Meridian. She enjoys hiking.
The damsel in distress.
This acrobat turned orphan likes Saturday morning cartoons and dreams one day being bare naked with a girl.
He's so not like a boy. I don't get like why they keep making jokes about how young he is. See, if Spider-Man was around, he could like make a web to catch them both. They say Robin might be able to rescue himself, but there's not a lot of give in that wire. That would have like hurt really, really bad. He's looking a little rough. So Bruce was going to tell her why didn't he?
Your secret is safe. He is definitely a wacko.
Oh, so he did tell her. Okay. Makes sense then. All right.
Thank you.
Where's the box? Didn't she give it to him in a box? Thank God that's over. Wait. Hold on. Wait, what is that? Look at that. Assistant Jon Favreau? Okay. I wonder if that's the same Jon Favreau that we know and love. Yeah, that didn't surprise me at all. I mean, it was as bad or possibly even worse than I was expecting. There was just no setup, no relationship building, no humor, hardly any story. I mean, it was just bad in every respect. I think they were trying to do what Dick Tracy did 5 years prior to this, which was be really stylized and literally kind of comic book-esque, which is cool. Like in Dick Tracy, like there's a style there that's really, really interesting visually, but here they just failed miserably. There's no heart in it at all, and that's what Dick Tracy has. It has a heart and it has a soul in it, even with all of this kind of crazy colors and sets and costumes and things on top of it. I don't know what Val Kilmer was playing. Like he just hadn't, there didn't seem to be any connection at all to anything. It was like he was just saying the words. And the dialogue, it was just so bland. Ugh. Jim Carrey, I think, was really wasted. I mean, he was kind of the bright spot in this film, but they just let him go crazy from the first moment. And his brand of shtick needs to be tightly controlled at first. And then you set it free at the times when you need it to serve the story. The Mask does that well. I haven't seen it in a long time. I should probably check that one out again. I think I haven't seen it since it first came out. But that movie does it very, very well. But here, he's just crazy the entire time, and it just gets old after a while. They didn't leave him anywhere to build up to. The same with Tommy Lee Jones. I mean, he's just crazy the entire time. You know? And Nicole Kidman is just window dressing, adolescent male fantasy material with no personality behind it. I mean, Vicky Vale was the whole damsel in distress thing too, but at least she had like her little Diane Keaton style and her like the witty banter with Knox, and actually had chemistry with Bruce Wayne. And yeah, so disappointing overall. But you know, on Old Lady Reacts, I like to be comprehensive and I like to watch them all in release order so that we know all the references and all that, and have comparisons. So I'm glad this one is out of the way. That's the best thing I can say about it. Hopefully, I will soon find the Batman chapter that, you know, packs more of a punch story-wise. What was the previous one that I liked so much? Batman Returns? I'm getting them mixed up already. The one with Catwoman. That one I loved. That's in top spot. This one actually may be the first movie that I actively hated. Like, I might actually put this in that bottom tier on my tier list. So we'll see, I guess. So thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to follow my channel and hit the notification button to receive notice when I upload a new video, and help me figure out the whole YouTube algorithm by hitting the like button. That really does help. If you have comments or recommendations of what I should watch next, I'd love to hear them, so make sure to leave a comment. Thanks for watching with me, and have a good night.